the meal was very delicious.
Thank you very much. Good.
Yeah, this is the person now. Can they mute their screen?
Mr. Joseph, you are enjoying. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? All right, so good evening, everybody. There's a meeting going on right now with Mr. Mayowa. Okay, so I want to do this quickly so that we can join the meeting. All right, so that we can connect back to the meeting. So I wouldn't want to take our time. This strategy is very, 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 very simple. All right, it's very, very simple. And then with the strategy, I'm going to be using personally. Personally, I'm going to be using this. All right, so I believe that you can all see my screen now. Can you see my screen? Can you see an Excel sheet? Okay, good. So personally, I will be using this as from tomorrow, 10% every day. All right, so the goal is 10% every day with an account of 200. So every day, this is going to be my lot size per day. But what I'm going to do is that because this is 0.1, I'm going to twin trade. So I'm going to use 0.05 twice, 2 positions. All right. So, but this will be the overall lot size, overall lot size. And the target for the day is 20 pips. You can see 20 written here. The target for the day is 20 pips. So this strategy will basically teach you how you can get your 20 pips every day. The strategy is going to teach you how you can get your 20 pips every day. Now, the strategy is from IML Harmonic scanner. So if you're not active on IML, I'm sorry, you might not be able to get this. You might not be able to do this. So if it's because of Harmonic scanner alone, I would advise that you can resubscribe back. So with my 200 in 1 month, this is what I'm expecting in 1 month, and I will show you how easy this is. A friend of mine made $500 a day from this strategy on Thursday, made $100 on Friday, and then in 2 months, this is what I'm expecting. In 2 months, in 1 month, 20 trading days. All right, so let me bold in that. You will see how easy this is. This is the lot size I'll be using per day. All right. It's everything about this is about discipline. All right. You have to be disciplined, guys. If you can't hear me, then I guess the problem is from you, all right? Come here. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be using the strategy called the IML Harmonic Scanner Ninja strategy. That's what I want to teach you, Ninja strategy. Some of you must have or might have heard that before. but it's not a bad thing if you hear it again. And some of you do not actually know how simple this is. I'm going to share the screen now. Can you see my screen right now? Can you all see the chart here? Harmonic scanner page. Can you see this? If you can, please type in 2. If you can see my screen now, type in 2. All right, Emmanuel can see my screen. Joseph can see my screen. So I believe everybody should be able to see my screen. All right, so I'm going to log out. So if you want to access this, imlharmonicscanner.com, then you log in. All right, that's how you access it. You log in. And the only strategy, the only thing we're going to be doing is 15 minutes candle, 15 minutes candle. So if you look at your left side, you will see different brokers. You will see Hot Forex, XM, JA, FX, Traders Way, FX Choice. All right, so these are list of different brokers, but because a lot of us use Hot Forex, this is what we're going to focus on. So if you click on Hot Forex, you will see scan for 15 minutes. That's what we just want to focus on, 15 minutes. All right, and you will see the suggested pair here. You will see the suggested pair here. So you can trade any of this apart from Shark. You can trade anyone that is, you see Shark written here. Just avoid it. All right. So for instance, I can go for BAT. Now, this thing updates itself regularly. Once the Harmonic scanner scans through the market and see a potential trade setup, it will drop it here. It will be on top. These are the ones that were you seen last week. All right. A lot of people made money from all these trade setups. All right. Now, once the market opens, most times to trade this thing is between 7 a.m. and 12. 7 a.m. and 12 noon. You will have seen at least 1 or 2 potential setups. All right. So let's assume that we are just seeing this Euro NZD. All right. I'm taking this because it's not Shark. So Euro NZD BAT. You can see. Now, what you want to look out for, I'm going to tell you. There are different points in Harmonic scanner. There are different points. We have the point X, point D, point A, and point C. All right. What you want to focus on is the point D. This trade is, you can't take this trade again because it's gone. You want to focus on point D. Now, at that point where you're focusing on this point D, you are not expecting to see any trade running like this. It will just end here. This is where it will end, as at that point. So if you open your scanner and you see that the trade has, has already touched like TP1, for instance, and has moved so far, so very close to TP1, don't bother entering that trade. So you want to see it as point D exactly. All right. Now, there are just 2 rules to this strategy. 2 rules. Number 1, the candle at point D. This is the candle at point D. I hope you know if you're supposed to sell or supposed to buy. For this one, you should know that it's a sell market. Why? You can see TP below. All right, and a sell market comes down. So the fact that you are seeing TP below and you are seeing entry on top shows you that it's a sell. All right, I shouldn't tell you that. You've been trading for a while now. All right, so what you want to ensure is that the candle at point D, you want to ensure that it touches the green line. This green line, your entry line, it touches it. Unfortunately, this one did not touch the candle. This candle at point D did not touch the green line. So what will you do? You will leave it. This is not a trade. So the 2 rules is this. Number 1, touch the green line. Green line. Number 2, the next candle after the one that has touched the green line, the next candle must be in the direction of your trade. direction of your trade. What do I mean? This is a sell. We are expecting this to sell, right? So listen very well. We're expecting this to sell. Number one, D candle at D should touch here. Number two, you are expecting the next candle to be red, to be a red candle, to close as a red candle. Once it closes as a red candle, the third candle you will enter for a sell and you will take 10 pips. That's all. That's all you're doing. So let me go for another example. Let me see probably the one that works here. Let me check NZD card. Okay, this one is a buy. Why? Because it's coming from down and your TP is up. So you know it's a buy. Now, candle D, did it touch the entry line? Yes, it did. You can see candle D, it touched the green line. You can see it's extended down the green line. The next candle, what happened? In the direction of your trade, blue. In case you can't see it, let me show you again. This is candle 1. It touched the green line. Candle 2, blue, in the direction of your trade. Immediately that candle is formed. It forms every 15 minutes, so you can wait. Immediately it's formed. The next one, you enter a buy and take 10 pips. If you had entered a buy and took 10 pips here, what will happen? You will have made your money. Simple. Look at from here to here is your 10 pips. You only need 2 of these every day. You know our target is 20 pips. You only need 2 of these every single day. No more, no less. And you can do everything before 12. The good thing about this strategy is that it's fast. In sometimes 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour, you are out of the market. When the market is slow, it can take some time, but generally 30 minutes to 1 hour, you're out. Let's check another example. Scan. Let's look at GBPAUD, for instance. Now, this is a sell market. Why? Because your TP is down, entry is up, coming down. So let's look at this. Let me zoom. Did it touch the green at point D? Did it touch the green line? Yes. The next candle, is it in the direction? Red candle. Yes. What will you do? The next candle that will form, just enter straight. Take your sell. 10 pips. Now, I said I'm going to teach you how you can make $1,000 every day from this. Let me teach you how to do that. For you to be able to do that, you need about $500 in your account. All right. And with that $500, you can use 0.2 lot size. You can use 0.2 lot size. In fact, you can even use 0.3 lot size. But let's assume that let's go in between 0.25 lot size, 0.25 lot size. That's what you're using. All right. So it means that for each 10 pips, for each trade, you are making $25. This one will give you $25. Another one will give you $25. That means that in one day, you are getting $50. So if you're getting $50 in a day, how much will you get in a month? $1,000. That's what you're getting in a month. With your $500, you can get $1,000 every month using your 0.25 lot size. You can see from this Excel sheet, $500 recommended is 0.25. You can see. So I'm even assuming that you're not increasing your lot size. It's an assumption. You just want to be sticking to 0.25 every day, every single day. Day 1, 0.25, day 2, 0.25, day 3, 0.25, day 4, 0.25. With your $500, you will make additional $1,000 because this is $50. So 50 times 20, that's $1,000. But if you're increasing your lot size as your account grows, what's that? In a month, $3,000. You're only entering the trade twice. Don't do more than, see, you will discover that most of the time we trade, we'll make some money and then you can also lose. Don't do more than 2. You will see 2 opportunities. All right. And by the time you guys are active, I will expect that a lot of you will be active, or, you will subscribe on Monday, that's tomorrow, so that when I see an opportunity myself, I'm not going to tell you whether to buy or to sell. I will just say, watch out for GBP/AUD or watch out for USD/CHF on Harmonic scanner. We can now discuss it together. I'm not going to tell you whether you should enter or not. You will make the decision yourself, because this is time for you to be independent. Actually, you've been trading for a while, but it seems that a lot of you are not independent. You have to be able to do these things yourself. So let's check another example. This is GBP/AUD, hot forex, 15 minutes. I'm only doing 15 minutes. AUD/JPY. Okay, that one is shark. So I won't enter. Why shark is a little difficult is because it has two entries, two green lines. We can see 2 green lines. So even if I told you we take shark, you ensure that is the last green line, the one that is close, that is down, that is close to the red stop. See, in fact, you have your stop loss value. So anytime you're entering a trade, this is the stop loss value you will use. All right. So with this, even with this shark, let's look at it. So did it touch the green line? Yes, it touched the green line. All right. The next candle did not show me blue, but after that, I saw a blue candle in the direction of my trade. Sometimes the next candle will not give you, but 2 candles after or 3 candles after can now go in direction of your trade. Once that closes, you will enter. So if you enter, you will be in little profit, then you will come down again in red, and then boom, you are out of the market. So normally, how long will this take you if you entered at this point? It will take you how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 15, that's 150 minutes. That's about 2 hours plus. It takes you 2 hours for this candle to eat your take profit. All right, that's for AUD/JPY. Let's check another one. Can you see how simple it is? I told you that normally I shouldn't take more than 20 minutes in this class. This one did not touch the green line, though it went our way, but it didn't touch the green line, so I won't consider it. All right, I won't consider it. So that's for Euro AUD. Let's check Euro CAD. Okay, this is a sell. Touch the green line. So let's check. You can see that everything we've seen has been positive so far. Look at, touch the green line. The next candle in the direction, red, the direction of our trade, sell. Then this next candle, I will enter my sell and take 10 pips. And before you know it's 1, 2, this one in 30 minutes, you are out with your 10 pips. So you need 2 of this every day. 2 of these. I don't know which one is more simpler, this or binary. I think this one is even more simpler than binary. All right. Can you see how simple it is? Just 2 rules. Touch my green line, then the next candle, point D should touch my green line. The next candle after should be in the direction of my trade, because I'm considering a sell, should be in the direction. Then the third candle immediately starts forming. I enter my sell and I take 10 pips. My stop loss value is given here. And I take my 10 pips and I'm out. Let's go another. See, people prefer something complicated, but over time, I've discovered that it's just about simple instruction. This is Euro/JPY. This is for a buy. I can see that it has touched my green line. All right. But in this case, the next candle did not go in my direction. The next candle was a sell candle, which is red. I will see, hold on. The next candle thereafter was a blue. Then immediately after this, I will still go for it. Like I said, not necessarily the next candle, 2 or 3 after is still fine. All right, 2 or 3 after is still fine. So point D, cool. The next candle red, I won't enter. But after this blue candle, I will enter and I will take my 10 pips. Can you see? Straight away, as simple as that. No, if you're using 0.25 is 1. So if you want to enter twice, you divide your 0.25 into 2. I'm telling you that maximum lot size for each trade, if you're funding with $500, for instance, Maximum is 0.25. And if you are using that 0.25 every day, you'll be making $1,000 per month. Just 2 trades. Just 2 trades. All the trades I'm giving you in the group, you can be using it for another. You can be using it for another account. All right, you can be using that for another account, using a small lot size. This one, you will see it yourself. You are convinced yourself. If you make a mistake, you will know that it's from you. Do you understand? This is very, very simple. I don't know how to. Let's check another one. GBP JPY. GBP JPY. It didn't touch the green line. All right. So I will leave it. Now, another thing I do to double check is that I go to this website. You can see this page. I go to this website. So here is to know the currency strength meter. So from here, you can see that GBP is weak, AUD is strong, NZD is strong, USD is weak. So let me now give you an illustration. Let me give you an illustration. Let's assume that AUD is strong, USD is weak, and then you have what they taught us in physics then. So you want to trade AUD USD. AUD is strong, remember, very strong, so it's big. USD is weak, small. Now, this is like a lever. What do they call it in physics? So normally, if this thing will turn, which direction will it turn to? This way. It will come down because this one is stronger. All right, it will come this way. So this way, now 2 ways I want to explain it to you. This one will come this way. It will, then this particular one, USD, will go up. All right, because of the weight. I don't know how to explain it to you, but you understand that illustration. So with what I've explained now, if AUD is strong and USD is weak, what will be the direction of the trade? Is this sell or buy? I need about 2 or 3 responses. AUD is strong, USD is weak. Yes, it's going to be a buy. It's going to be a buy. Because it's going this way. So you're looking at the pull up. This is a buy. This buy going up. This sell. Do you understand? So this will give you another perspective to it. So if you're looking at your Harmonic scanner and you see GBP JPY, now you're expecting it to go up to buy. You can also confirm from your currency strength meter to know what's GBP. This is GBP. What's JPY? This is JPY. They're almost alike, but GBP is a little bit weaker than JPY. All right. So with this one is not aligning. This one is not aligning with what we have here. Though this trade is gone, I'm just giving an example. It's not aligning. When I say buy GPP AUD, it means that you are buying GPP to sell AUD. That's what it means. So this one means that this GBP JPY, it means that you are buying GPP to sell JPY. It means that GBP is strong, JPY is weak. So if you have a trade like this and you confirm from your currency strength meter that GBP is strong and JPY is weak, it gives you a double confirmation. If I say sell GBP JPY, what are you doing? You're selling your GBP to buy JPY. Why? Because JPY is stronger. That's how it works. So if I say this is a sell, you can confirm for your currency strength meter. If I say this is a sell, that means you are expecting JPY to be stronger. All right, that's how it works. So let me just go to another, give you about 3 more examples, but I won't use Hot Forex now because I think I've exhausted Hot Forex. But if you want to do it, please use only Hot Forex because the way it appears is different from the way it appears on your Hot Forex broker. For instance, GPP card. You can see that GPP card is ready to, this has touched the green line. You can see a blue candle. So normally if the market opens, I can quickly go for 10 pips buy here. All right, but this is not us forex broker. So the way it appears or is appearing.
Wale, we can't see. Your screen is still, good evening, sorry. Your screen is still showing the AU, the illustration you made. Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. Now, I now open this with Traders Way. Traders Way, I scan for 15 minutes, I can see GBP card. Now with GBP card now, we can see that it has touched the green line, point D touched the green line, right? And then the next candle is a blue candle. So immediately after this candle, I will enter a buy for 10 pips. But the reason I won't enter a buy here is because it is not Harmonic, it is not from Hot Forex. I didn't see it on Hot Forex. This is different from what I can see on my normal chart, on my MT4 chart. It's different. But with this is an example of what I want you to see. Immediately after this candle finishes and this one is forming, you enter your buy, 10 pips. This value is your stop loss. But you're not using this TP1, you're not using TP2, you're just calculating 10 pips from your entry. That's all. So this is an example of a good buy. This is what you're looking for. Though about 1 pip is gone already, but this is what you're looking for every time. Touch the green line, next candle in the direction of your trade, and then enter 10 pips. You will get your 10 pips. Not difficult. Let's see your AUD card. Though this one is shark, like I said, avoid shark. Shark can bite you. All right. So this one also will likely to go on buy. It touched the green line, yes. The next candle did not go in my direction, but after that, it went in my direction. So I could have gone on buy, though it has not gone very far, but I'm optimistic that it will still go to my buy direction. And then I have my stop loss here. So even if it goes against me, just few pips. From here to here is how many pips that I will lose. From here to here, about 6 pips, not much. All right. So that's how it works. That's how it works. But for me, sometimes if the stop loss is here, I add a bit to it. So since this is 6 pips, I can make my own stop loss to be 10 pips. Why? Because of spread. That spread can, it can touch here. It can really come here now and go back. But at this point, it has already taken me out. Though it has not touched my real stop loss, but the pips, the spread will touch it and then take me out. So most of the time, I add some to my stop loss. I can move it here. As you move your cursor, you will see the value here. You can see 0.93618. You can see, so I can move it somewhere here and then copy it, 0.93633, something like that. but these ones are not from hot forex. So this is what you just want to be checking. Hot forex, you can be checking this every 20 minutes thereabout. Between 7 a.m. in the morning and 12 noon, you will have seen your 2 trades for the day. 2 trades for the day. There are no new trades from hot forex broker, but I'm sure that by the time the market opens between 7 and 12, you will see your 2 trades that you need for the day. That's all. It's as simple as that. I am done. Any question? So guys, if you're part of iMarket Live already, and you're not active, just subscribe. Give it just one. Some of you have been subscribing before and you're discouraged, like probably because you're not making money. You're making things complicated for yourself. Maybe you should just try it once more. Give it a benefit of doubt. Try it once more. You subscribe and see, and just follow this rule alone. Don't give yourself stress. Don't do things that are too difficult, complicated things. Don't give yourself some complications. Touch the green line, next candle in your direction, enter. Simple. Confirm again from your live chat. I can send this link to the group so that you can always confirm yourself. You refresh, you refresh to know if it is ready to go. You get, like now, look at GBP, Euro GBP. What do you think is happening now? Euro GBP. Euro is weak. GBP is strong. Euro is weak. GBP is strong. That means that Euro GBP is selling. So if I see a trade that gives me Euro GBP sell, and I see this one again, I will enter. GBP USD is what? Is buying. GBP USD is buying because GBP is strong. Euro GBP is selling. GBP AUD is buying, though not really moving very fast because AUD is also strong. GBP CHF is buying. So this is where you check currency strength meter. I know some people that only uses currency strength meter to trade. They will just refresh which one is the strong. They will look for the weakest, like only one bar, and look for the strongest, and then trade it. Take 10 pips and they're out. That's what some people do every day. But the reason why I don't do it every day is because it can change suddenly. It can change suddenly. This euro can just gain strength. That was what happened to our trade last Friday. Was it Friday or Thursday that I gave you? Okay, GBP USD. Yes, it was on Friday. Some of us had already taken TP1 and TP2 selling. You get selling it, and the trend actually confirms sell. Do you get? And then suddenly, GBP was weak, USD was strong, so it was selling. So when it reversed a bit, what did I tell you guys? I said, okay, now it has reversed a bit, you can now sell, probably to TP3. But you know what happened? GBP suddenly gained strength, and USD became weak. All right? Not that what we did was not right. You get, but sometimes it happens that way. So that is why we want to focus on 10 pips alone. So that even before anything happens, you're already out of the market. You don't care about what will happen to any other thing. All right? Your stop loss is given here. Your stop loss is given here. If this is your entry, look at, see stop loss. Stop loss. This is 0.99681. But just add about 5 more pips. So your stop loss in this case will now be like 0.99636, where my cursor is. All right, but don't trade shark. This is shark. You will see it there. Click, scan for M15. Shark. Don't trade anyone that has shark. You can trade any other type. Bat, butterfly, gatly, crab. Trade all of those, but don't trade shark. All right, any question? I'm done.
Yes.
All right, I'm listening, or you can type your question. If you're in the
I'd rather just talk about it. Wally, thank you so much. I think I actually like this strategy of just entering the market and just exiting it. Because honestly, I would say the 1 month I've done this forex thing, I won't lie to you, I've been a very unproductive person at work. Like, you're literally watching the trade like every single minute, and it's a lot of it's just a lot of work. Like, the time you spend being on a trade. So this 10 pip per trade strategy actually would work. But my own personal, and I'm not speaking on behalf of any other person, I'm just speaking for myself. I've done IML, and I mean, part of my IML journey. I am honestly not the biggest fan of that platform right now, and neither am I interested in subscribing. So my personal request would be, if, for example, this approach can work, not can work. If this approach is what we are going for now, I would rather recommend, right, particularly for people who have trusted this process. I 100% believe in your this thing. It's just that, unfortunately, I joined the market when I joined your program when the market was AYR. So if, for example, like, you want to adopt this strategy, I would rather, in my personal opinion, I would rather suggest, like you rightly said, people are discouraged. Even for me, that I did IML, like, I've abandoned the platform. I've abandoned IML as I spoke to you. That was even why I jumped on board your program when you presented this one to me. So I would rather recommend, if it's possible, that just the same way you give us signals, right? If people get signals, because even for me right now, I wouldn't mind even funding my account to 500 by tomorrow to just test this thing out, because I really just want a way out. I really just want a way out. This whole IML mess that this man has put us, all of us inside, we don't know what will happen. We are just hanging on a thread. And for me, the whole approach of running to forex to look for a way out is really so that, if it means me, raising funds and keeping for a rainy day, in case this man fails on his promise to people, I just want a way out. So I wouldn't even mind if the signals can be given to us, whether you're on Harmonic scanner or not, but you get the signal and you trade and you see result. It will be a very easy sell for people to just go and jump on board and, subscribe their IML. People that are not even in IML can now even be encouraged to join, because this approach is available. As in, all they need to do is just, do this every 15 minutes, and you get into a trade and you get out. Because I also see that one of the challenge I also have, I know I recommended it initially in our group, in the WhatsApp group, was that if we have, for example, if we are given the trade duration, it will really help us in decision making as well. If like, sometimes you normally do to say, oh, this trade will take 3 days. Sometimes you say that this trade is 15 minutes. If people have trade duration, they will understand the time commitment as well, and you can focus on other things, or go to a meeting, or I don't know. But I just think that, if please, I want to recommend, if it's possible, to keep giving signals, let people see the impact, and then they can gladly fly on their own, do their subscription. But it's honestly going to be draining if somebody is losing money and then they have to come and pay IML subscription again, which may be totally useless to them if this doesn't work for them. So that's my
I understand what you're saying, but yeah. Now, let me start from the last question you asked regarding the trade duration. That might be difficult to say, because there are some trades, you get into it. It can be very fast and it can be very slow. You might not be able to determine the speed. All right. But some of the trades I normally give that has TP1, TP2, TP3, the TP1 is usually fast. You get, in less than 1 hour, it's already hitting TP1. Sometimes 15 minutes, 20 minutes, already hitting TP1. TP2 can take a longer time, but TP3 will definitely, TP3 is the swing version. It can take a very long time, and it can be short. We never can tell. We do not control the market. Sometimes we enter a trade and then you just see one long candle, and then it will take you into profit immediately. So sometimes it's difficult to say the duration, but the most important thing is for us to profit from the forex market. All right, that's number one. Number two, regarding the trade signal. Now, for me, the reason why I'm teaching you this is for just one thing. For everybody here that listening to me to be independent. Now, a lot of time or sometimes, especially this week, I'll be engaged in some activities. Monday, for instance, tomorrow, I'll be traveling, I'll be on a trip and all of that. Now, it is important that you are not just depending on me. I want to more beyond whatever, more beyond personal gains or whatever. I want you to be independent and stand alone, that even if I am not there, you can do this yourself. Now, like I said, if I see the opportunity, I will give it out. I will say it if I'm on my system and like that. But the way I would have preferred to say it is not that sell USDCHF. So where I would have preferred to do it is watch out for USDCHF. Watch out, so that all of you can also see it yourself. That is is a better way to learn. All of you can see it yourself, and immediately the candle finishes forming. For instance, you're watching out, like you're watching out for the next 15 minutes, so that the candle can close in your direction, and every one of you enters. If I do that for 1 week, you won't even need me again, because at that time you're already used to the system. You already understand how it works. You get that is what I actually want to achieve, rather than just giving signals. I want you all also to be able to give out signals I know that there are some people here that are leaders in their respective if you're in IML, I don't know, probably you are building, you are also leaders, maybe you have 2 or 3 persons under you. You should also be able to mentor them, give them signals, teach them what I've just taught you, and also help them. That's the idea, so that we all can help ourselves to grow. You get. However, like you said, if I see it, if I'm on my system, if I see, I will give it up. For instance, I'm starting a $200 challenge for myself tomorrow. All right. So for my $200, so I already have the lot size that I want to use. I'm growing my $200 to 9,000 in 2 months. It's there. Let me show you. This is $200, and let's see what happens in 40 days. That's $9,000. All right. Using exactly what I am teaching you. All right. So my day one will be 0.1. I'm targeting 10, daily target is 20 pips. So the first one, I'm targeting 10 pips. Second trade, I'm targeting another 10 pips. That's 20 pips. At the end of the day, I should have $20 as profit. And then move on to a point where I can now start making $100 daily as profit. And then move on. And in the next 2 months, this is what I expect my account to be, just trading twice a day. Sometimes I can even see, on Thursday, there were many opportunities. There were about 5 opportunities or 6 opportunities on Thursday. So it means that I could actually do, 3 days in one or 2 days in one, as long as the opportunity is very, very clear. I'm not trading it because of greed. I'm not trading it because, let me try to trade something. I'm trading it because I can see it. And I know that this is, based on my rule, it's aligning, and I don't have any current trade running. The present trade has closed. So my account is free. I can take one more position, fine. So whatever I end the day with, let's say I started with 200 and I ended the day with maybe 240 something. I change this one to 240 something, maybe 243. I will change it to 243. I know the next lot size to use. Because sometimes the total what I've made can be in between, might not be the exact value. But whatever it is, I finish with my 305. Put my 305 here. I continue. All right, that's just basically what I'll be doing myself. You get. So if I see an opportunity, I expect to start this tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to be easy for me, because I'm going to be, traveling tomorrow. Probably be coming back around 12:1. I'm not going too far, but I should get back home around 12:1, 2 p.m. latest. Yeah. So I can definitely get. However, the normal trade I still give you guys, I will still be giving you. You get that can be in another separate account. You can create maybe a $50 for that or $100 and be using your normal lot size. I'm telling you, like last week. Look at last week, for instance. it's quite painful that a lot of people or a lot of you do not trust the process like before again. About 2 weeks
True.
we had a turbulent 2 weeks, but last week, please mute yourself. But last week it was quite good. Personally, I even did more than double of my account. And the only trades I entered were the trades I gave you guys. I did not do any other trades. Yeah, the losses that you people had were the exact same losses I had. And the wins I expected you guys to have were exactly the wins that I had too. I didn't do any extra trade. Do you get? So I would want you to trust the process. And the only way you can have peace of mind trading, for if some of you have lost confidence, the only way you can have peace of mind is just use a micro lot size. Use 0.01, only one position. You won't even think about the trade. For instance, you have a $200 and you're using 0.01. It won't give you a headache. But the only reason why you people are having, headache is because you feel like, okay, the last trade went in positive, good, another trade, Mr. Wale, today is very hot, today is very hot, and you missed all those trades, and I now give you maybe the fourth trade, because today has been hot, then you now enter that one, and you now use big lot size, and maybe that one will only be the negative one for the day, and then at the end of the day, you've lost, because you didn't take all the ones in profit. That's about trading psychology. So it's better you take everything and use a small lot size. At the end of the day, even if it's a small that is added to your account, that will build your confidence gradually. It's about building your confidence, about changing your psychology. And the only way you can change your psychology in trading is starting small. Fine, you are making some cents, you are making some $1. Gradually, you increase your lot size across board. Don't increase one and reduce one. If you do that, you will not be profitable, because the one you were increasing might be the one that will end up in loss. The one you reduce might be so you had a winning trade of 100 pips and you use 0.01. That's just $10. And you have another one, you now use 0.5 and it ended up in loss. It will swallow your whole $100. But if you use the same constant lot size, you won't have any issue. So let us be disciplined in this thing. All right, that's that. So the Harmonic scanner, if I see an opportunity, I can even screenshot it to you so that you will see it yourself. However, I would encourage you, for you that said you're quite discouraged, you know that the reason why you're discouraged is not because of trading results. It's just because of the kind of situation there in Calabar. That is why you're discouraged. All right, it's not because you've tested the platform yourself and then you saw that it's not having value. All right, so you can subscription to IML is, I think, $145. So if you want to start trading with 500, you can take subscription out of it. I'm trying to say that give it just 1 month and see for yourself. However, if you just want to test it from me, like I said, 1 week, I will try. If I have the time, if I'm on my system, I will give you guys. Do you understand? I will definitely give you guys. But 1 month trial shouldn't do you anything. Just give it just 1 month trial and see for yourself. Just ensure that you follow the rules. Don't be greedy. That's what kills people in forex trading. Even me, a lot of times I'm also very greedy, using opening many positions and all of that, but it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work because you can make so much, lose so much, make so much, lose, and you are moving in a zigzag direction. The reason why you're moving in a zigzag direction is because you're not consistent with your strategy, with your risk management. All right, that is why I want to focus on this. Myself, I want to focus on this myself. It's a act of discipline that I really want to try out myself. Actually, 2 months is not long now. So if I'm even doing just 2 trades per day, just 2 trades per day. I'm not even looking, like I said, I can get other opportunities, but I'm not even looking out for any other opportunities. 2 trades per day. 2 months is not long now. Yeah? It gets to a point where I can use 4 standard lots. It gets to a point where I can use 10 standard lots. Look at what will happen in 3 months. This 3 months, 55,000. At this point, I'm using 22 standard, 25 standard, 55,000. Just being consistent. Just being consistent. 55,000, that's 19 million. Just being consistent. And if I continue with this, let's assume that I'm not withdrawing and I continue with this. Look at 4 months. Look at another 2 million. This is, and one can achieve $1 million this year. So let's assume that you can only do half of this. Look at this one, is not even showing it again. 50 million. Can you even do a quarter of this? Do you get? So that's it. Let's just be focused and do this thing. Fine, we've had, see, personally, as I'm talking to you, I'm not an alien. I've lost so much. But you know what? One of the things that has been keeping me going is because I have people that I am mentoring. So I cannot afford to give up. Because if I give up, it's not just only me that will be giving up. I have hundreds of people that will also be giving up. I have lost millions of naira in forex trading, especially when I just started making terrible mistakes. I've lost borrowed money. You know, you borrow money and then you now lose it, and you're now looking at the sky like, what's going to happen? Sometimes it can cause depression. But you know what has been keeping me going? I've seen a lot of people making so much money from forex trading. Eric Garrison is one of my mentors in forex trading. You can check him out on Facebook. You know, Eric Garrison has over $2 million in his trading account, and he started small. Eric Garrison, anytime he wants to trade, he doesn't use anything less than 200 lot size, 200.0 minimum lot size that he uses. A lot of time, 500.0. So you can imagine the amount of money this guy will be making on one trade. And he does swing trade, 100 pips, 200 pips trade. So you can imagine 200.0, that's $2,000 per pip. And he's only doing 50 pips. What's that? $100,000. So there's no day he doesn't make minimum of $100,000. Eric Garrison. So I've seen a lot of people like that. I've seen Kim. Kim's make $50,000 per day. An Australian young lady, $50,000 every day. You know the strategy you use? This strategy I just taught you. Harmonic scanner ninja strategy. $50,000 per day. It's just the lot size that is making the difference. But she's quite confident of that. And one of the things she said then was that in her team, that she's creating a millionaire every month. That means she's creating one person that will have $1 million in his or her account every single month. That's her calling. So this month she can pick somebody and say, you, this month you are going to make your your first $1 million. Let's work together. And then she helps the person, or gives the person straight signal, teaches the person, and in 1 month the person achieves it, moves to another person. If the person does not achieve it in 1 month, it will still be with that person. That's what this lady has been doing. She's just 40-something years. Kim. And a lot of people like that. So I know that it's working for people. The question is, what am I doing wrong? What is that thing that I'm doing wrong that is not making it work for me? That's what I need to address, not the forex thing itself. Forex works. We just need to address our own personal issues. All right. So I think we can, if your account is funded, you can start with 100. Look at 100. Look at 100 in 2 months. 4,000 is fine. If it's 100 that you have, you can start with 100. You know, even if it is 50 that you have, start with your 50 in 2 months, $2,000. And if you put that $2,000 into it again, look at in another 2 months, $90,000 with your 50. It's just about being consistent. It gets to a point, if I start doing 200, for instance, I want to start 200 tomorrow. After 2 months, I will start paying myself salary. from it, so that it's not going to look as if I'm putting everything into it back. I can pay myself salary. I'm still a young man. I don't need more than maybe 200K or 300K per month. So that means that I only need about maybe $1,000. So out of my $9,000, I take my $1,000, I put 8,000 into it again, start again. After 1 month, at 53,000, I give myself, okay, you've tried, take $2,000 this month. I pump in how much into it again, 50,000. In another 1 month, 336, you've tried, I can pay myself $10,000 this time around. You know, that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. So let's do this together, and I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. All right. Any other question?
Yes, please. Well, I have one quick question, please, about the harmonic scanner that you showed us.
Yeah.
The second rule said the next candle must be in the direction of your trade.
Yes.
So that buying and selling.
Sometimes the next candle might not. It can be it can be second or third candle. Do you get? But the general rule is that first the candle at point D should touch the candle.
The line.
Should
the
touch
green line.
And then the next candle should go in the direction. So let's assume that this candle touched our point D. The next candle, you can see that the next candle.
Can you click that, please? Thank you.
This one is not touching our point D. It's not touching our entry line. In fact, this is shark, so I won't trade shark because shark has 2 entry lines. So I want it to touch the last one, even if I'm going to trade it. But let's assume that this is the entry line. This point, let's assume that it touches it. Then this blue candle is the direction, buy. Then immediately after the formation of the blue candle, I will enter for my buy. That's all. That's just the rule. AUD USD. Let's check AUD USD.
Okay.
Last example. It's not touching the green line. So I won't enter this. It's not touching green line. Let me check another broker. GBP AUD. I think we've seen all of this. But let's just check again. Okay, this one is touching the green line. So let me zoom. Okay, so with this, you can see that I touched the green line. The point D touched the green line. Next candle was closed in the direction of my trade, red candle. Then I enter my sell immediately after the formation of the next candle. Let's assume that this thing happened let's assume that this one happened 2 o'clock. You're expecting that this candle would have closed by 2:15. This new candle will start at exactly 2:15. So by 2:15, you enter for a sell. That's it. It's every 15 minutes that it forms. That's all. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You can see that all the examples we've seen has been positive. We've not seen any negative one. Have we? We've not. I'm not saying that there won't be losses, so there will. That's Forex, there will. But if you can get 9 out of 10, it's very significant. In fact, if you can get 8 out of 10, it's very, very significant. It will take your account to the next level. You can get 8 out of 10. And I'm very sure that you can get 8 out of 10 if you follow the rules strictly. I'm sure about that. So if you get 8 out of 10, the only thing that will happen is that let's assume that you start with $200 and then your 6th trade happen to be a loss. It can take you back to number 4. And then you continue at number 4 again. You use the loss size for number 4. And then you get to maybe number 10. You lose. It takes you back to maybe number 8 or number 7. Well, you start at number 7 again. It's normal. Do you get? That is why I said sometimes you even get more than what you need for that day. It will accelerate you. Do you get? So that at the end of the day, on the average, you are still 20 days, 1 month, and you are still fine. Do you get? And for these 20 trading days, if you achieve this in 30 days, let's say 30 days, it's still not bad. I'm assuming 30 days because of some of the losses that will happen. All right. If you achieve this in 30 days, it's not bad. Another 30 days, this is not bad. Just from $200. Another 30 days, 55,000. Not bad now. Do you get? It's not bad. So that's just it. All right. Any other question? I don't think there's any question again. So if there's any question, you can direct on the WhatsApp group. I think we are done. So if you're not active, please try to be active. Just give it another trial. Especially some of you that you've tried tried different strategies before and you feel like it's not working. Give it one more trial and let's see how it goes. All right. Thank you very much and have a wonderful night rest. Bye.